in the front row.
I was for the war at the beginning for the same reason, because our leaders were telling us about the weapons of mass destruction and the threat that their country could have against the United States of America. But after seeing the results, weighing out what has come out of this war, it does not look like it was worth it.
Let me go to Baghdad, if I could, right now. We have a very long delay, but I want to ask a couple of questions there. The first question I want to ask is, as you look back to 4 years ago, a question we always ask in polling is, are you better off today than you were 4 years ago? How many of you feel that you and your country are better off today than you were 4 years ago? Okay. How many of you feel that you're not better off than you were 4 years ago? I want to ask a question, if I could, of anyone who wants to. Just raise your hand. If you could tell me, has daily life changed for you? How has daily life changed for you and your country in the last 4 years?
My name is Labid Omar. I'm a graduate from the College of Baghdad, Baghdad University, College of Arts, English Department. We feel that our life is become worse day after day. We are suffering of ceiling areas from concrete around us everywhere. We don't have rights. We feel we don't have rights. We only have duties. We have to do that. We don't have rights. So we feel depressed. We feel that, I can't say it, but we feel that there is no hope anymore. We can't say thank you for America because America did not do anything good for us. Only killing and destructions. We're afraid of everything here. We're afraid to be killed. We're afraid to be kidnapped. We're afraid to be in jail for nothing. We're sorry for all that happened.
Can I ask, there was one woman who raised her hand and said that it was better off. Could I ask her for her response?
It's my pleasure to talk to you. Well, I saw it from one aspect, from one angle. We had the elections. Everything else is worse. Life is getting worse. We have no electricity, no clean water, no medical care, traffic jam, killing, bloodbath, kidnapping, everything. But one thing on the other hand, we had the elections, fair elections. This is what stops me and make me feel, okay, let's sacrifice something now, hoping for the best in the next 10 years. That's why I said we are off better today.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me ask a question of all of you. And again, I want the camera to pull back so we can see the hands. How many of you have lost a family member or a friend? Yeah. Let me come back here to North Carolina. Has anybody here a family member or a friend in the military who's actually been in Baghdad? Okay, hands up. Okay. Anybody lose anyone, a friend or a family member in the war? There's a young man who was with us in 2003. You saw him on the screen. John was his name. He rather eloquently made the case for the war. He's not with us today. I would just want to put up, I got a note from John. He wasn't going to be able to be here. I want to put up a note, what he said. He said, our unit has been training hard for this mission, and it's my hope we can bring some security and support to the Iraqi people in our area of operation. There's still a commitment on the part of many young Americans whose service to the country is still resolute. I have someone in the audience with me today, Max. You were here in 2003. You feel still strongly about the war, right? Could I hear from you? Let's get the microphone over to Max.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I supported the war in 2003, and I think the correct question is to ask, did we make the right decision at the time with the information available? And now today, what's the best way to move forward given 2020 hindsight? And I think there is good purpose for our involvement in Iraq. So as much as the situation has become more difficult, I think it's important for the United States to commit to the mission, and I think there's still good purpose for our involvement.
What is the mission as you see it right now, Max?
I think the mission of the U.S. and then, of course, the international community who have endorsed through the Security Council our presence is to assist the Iraqi nation in the formation and sustainment of a transparent, functioning government.
Okay. Now, Sean Brooks was with us in 2003, and you saw Sean on some of the tape that we did. And I want to ask Sean your attitude today. You were opposed to it, fearing that the situation would spin out of control. What do you say today?
Well, first of all, I think that this is yet another surreal experience for all of us here, having been part of the first one. And, today, though, I think that we are all confused here in the United States, having seen our leaders go to war when so many experts and so many people in the region were telling them that the type of scenario would evolve as it has been, as it has done, and that chaos could erupt throughout Iraq and perhaps the region. And now we really, those of us who are against the war and those of us who have just struggled to see what has happened are really at a loss for what to support. There is no trust in the current administration's ability to continue prosecuting the operations in Iraq, but yet there's no clear answers as to what would bring us out of Iraq and be good for the long-run American security and also for the people of Iraq, because none of us want to see the violence and chaos escalate to even more troubling level.
Let me go back to Baghdad and hear from three of you, if we could. The question I'd want to ask you is, there were elections and a government is in place. The debate that exists here in the United States right now is that we have a responsibility to that government to give it the time to become strong enough to govern. Tell me your view about the government. Is it one that can become strong enough? Is it one that can be supported? Do you have confidence in your government? You see, the American people right now are not having a great deal of confidence in their administration, but do you have confidence in your administration's, your government's ability to create the reconciliation and the stability to move forward?
Hi, Mr. Zogby. My name is Imad Fakhi. I'm a graduate from Baghdad University, English Department, College of Languages. When I want to say, this question cannot say yes or not. Some people support the government and some people not. Some people support the government for a reason that goes after their sex, their nationality, because our government is not a one unit can support it. Some people are satisfied with what they did and some of them are not. But in general, I guess not. I guess not. They are not able to approve security in the street because they not control the capital itself. The problem is the capital. Since they control the capital, they will be able to control the other provinces and cities. And the other problem is the border. Our border is open, and this responsibility of U.S. troops. They should close or control control the borders of the neighbor countries, then they clean Iraq from terrorists and murders.